happy to have
thanks.
you here.
Well, you guys are real precious to me.
Oh, thank you.
We're here at Woods Hole, Massachusetts, and it's pretty close to June 26th. And Aunt Gert, you're my aunt. You're my father's, one of my father's sisters.
That's right.
I think, are you the fifth child out of
Yes,
six
I am.
that your mom and dad had?
Fifth time. The third girl. It was
The third
a
girl.
It was a girl, then it was a boy, then it was a girl, then it was a boy, then it was a girl, and the last one was your father.
I'll tell you something. I really like knowing stories about the Coynes.
Well,
I'm very
don't-
hungry for that, and I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions. And,
You can ask me, but I don't know too much about that because I was so little.
well, who's your mom and dad? What's their name?
Julia Daly was her name, and my father's Patrick J. Coyne, and she became Julia Coyne. They
Okay.
used to call her Lulu.
Lulu. Now,
Lulu.
would her close friends call her Lulu?
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
Do you know, where did Grandma and Grandpa Coyne, your mom and dad, how did they meet? Were they high school lovers, or?
Oh gosh, I don't know how they met.
I assume
I
they...
guess through dancing, probably through a dance hall. It might have been
Oh, okay.
when they were out dancing. Hibernians. The Hibernians dance hall
What
I'm
town would
quite
they have
sure
met
it's
in, do you suppose?
in New Bedford.
New Bedford,
My
Massachusetts?
father was born in England. My mother was born in New Bedford.
Do you remember their birth dates?
My father was June
13th.
June 13th, and my mother was, I don't know, what was it? She passed away in March. Was her birthday then? She passed away in March of 1933.
1933,
I was only 8 years old, and your father was 6 years old.
when Grandma Coyne died.
Yeah.
And she died of tuberculosis, is that
Yep.
right?
Yes,
And she was in an asylum back then?
not an
No,
asylum,
not an
nursing
asylum.
home.
Oh, a nursing home.
A nursing home.
Sanatorium.
A sanatorium.
Sanatorium.
Okay,
yeah.
sanatorium.
Yeah.
And the sanatorium, that was normal, wasn't it, for people with
Yes.
tuberculosis?
Yes, it was.
That was before they knew how to cure it.
Right.
Okay. And you were 8 years old. What is your first memory, way back as a little girl? Did you and Grandma Coyne ever do stuff like bake?
I remember always teasing her. Your father and I used to go under the bed, and she used to come with the broom to get us out.
Oh. So you knew she was looking for you.
We knew she was looking for us. I guess we did something. Maybe we did something she didn't like, so we ran under the bed so she couldn't find us.
Did she have a good sense of humor?
Oh, yes, she did. Very good sense of humor. And then when she used to be washing clothes, which she had a lot of them to wash, your father and I used to go in the bathtub. She'd have all sheets and towels and everything in the bathtub, and there was water in the bathtub. And we used to go and lean backwards, almost touching the water, and we'd tease her. We'd say we're in the water.
Did you and Frank play a lot together since you were close
Oh,
in age?
yes, we played a lot together.
You were just 2 years apart.
Just 2 years apart. We were always playing together. Playing school. We always played school, and we used to play, we used to get all the chairs and put them together, and we used to be a nun. I used to be a nun. We had a white handkerchief on our forehead, and my uncle's, what is it,
Cardboard?
no, his tie,
Surplice?
like his tie
Oh,
from
the
the
collar.
sailors. Remember the colors? They used to have
Oh,
the big
yes.
black ties.
Oh, yeah,
Remember years
yeah.
ago, the big black ties?
Yeah.
And we used to put that on our head, and we were the nuns. I guess your father must have been the priest. And we used to play school.
Now, back then, I guess you were all growing up in the Catholic Church and going to Catholic school?
Yes, all of us.
What Catholic school? Do you remember the name?
Went to St. Mary's School.
St.
It's
Mary's.
on Purchase Street in New Bedford.
So all the Coyne children went there to elementary
All
school.
the Coyne children went there.
Till what, 6th grade or 8th
To
grade?
8th grade. 8th grade.
And then where to high school?
Then I went to Roosevelt Junior High, and then I went to high school, Holy Family.
Holy Family.
Yeah.
Okay. What year did you graduate from high school?
From high school, I graduated in 1942.
1942.
54 years since
You're
I've been out
young.
of school.
You're young.
I'm young, I hope so.
When you graduated from high school in 1942, World War II was happening.
Yes.
Did you talk
World War
about that in
II.
school?
Well, what happened, we had gone over to see my brother in Newport. He was already in the Navy.
Pat? Uncle Pat? Your oldest brother.
Yep, my oldest brother, Pat, was in the service, and we went over to Newport to see him. Then we were coming down Hawthorne Street in New Bedford, and they were saying extra, extra. And we bought the extra, and that was war, declared war on Japan
Because of Pearl Harbor.
because of Pearl Harbor.
That was December 7th.
December 7th was Pearl Harbor Day.
Oh. And before that, were we involved in the World War II in Europe?
Before then, no.
Yeah. No?
After that.
After that.
It
Okay.
started in 42.
Okay.
Ended, what, 46?
45,
44,
44, and 46.
Is that right? Oh, what? Okay.
And we were married the day before. The day before Gert graduated from high school.
The day
Pat and I were
before?
married, yeah.
Uncle
we were married
Pat
on
and
a
you-
Saturday, and you graduated on a Sunday, huh?
So you guys partied 2 days in a row.
2 days in a row.
Yeah.
Now, I have been in the Coyne family now 38 years.
Uh-huh.
And I've come to some conclusions, and one of those is that in the Coyne family, humor is very much valued.
Oh, yes.
Everyone seems to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Your
Oh, yeah.
experience?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So, what was the wedding like? Was it a big party?
Yeah, it was.
The wedding
We
was
had
a
it at the
big party,
Polish
nice
Hall.
party.
Oh.
Yeah, nice party,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Uh,
It was a nice wedding. a
and
nice
what church were you married in?
Us. We were married in St. James.
Okay.
St. James Church.
That's a
on County
cathedral.
Street.
That's a big church, isn't
Oh,
it?
no, we were married in the rectory
In the
because
rectory.
I wasn't Catholic
Okay.
at the time.
Okay. If you can just wait 1 sec, I'm going to have to cut because I'm running out of battery.
So ours is big and heavy. Eddie has one of these little ones too.
Oh, and this is a low battery too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little battery too. Danny,
Okay. Hi, Aunt Gert.
hi. How you
Now, we
doing?
were just talking about your high school and graduating in 1942. Can you tell me, for Isaac's my son, and he'll be going to high school in about 14 years.
When I'm way gone.
Let's hope not.
Think so.
And besides,
I'll be
there's...
thinking of you when I'm in heaven.
Thank you. And you will be in heaven.
I hope so. I do some bad things sometimes.
Who doesn't? Now, Isaac might wonder, what was high school like from 1938 to 1942 in a Catholic school? Did the nuns wear habits?
Yes, they did. They wore habits.
Okay. And were they strict,
They were strict.
but also
Yeah, but
loving?
they were loving, very loving, yeah. I had a lot of nice, very nice nuns. Very nice ones.
Is that true
Well,
also for elementary school?
Yeah, for elementary too. I did have a lot of nice nuns. Oh, no, elementary school was really too strict though, I think. High school wasn't, but elementary was.
Did they allow the girls and the boys to go to the same class?
To be in the same class? Yes, they did.
Did they separate them?
No, they were in the same class.
Okay. And then within the rows, was it boy, girl, or were boys
No,
on
it
one
was just
side?
mixture.
Mixture.
Just how you,
Alphabet?
you know, just how your height, I guess.
Oh, height.
How
Okay.
your height,
All right.
yeah. Yeah, so.
Do you remember the name of your first grade nun teacher?
My first grade nun was Sister Marvelous.
Really?
Very wonderful, very nice woman.
Oh,
Very nice teacher.
yeah.
Yeah, she was very, very good.
Oh, Aunt Gert.
Yeah,
Now, when you were in third grade, you must have been 8 years old then,
must have been 8 years old.
and that must have been the time when your mom died.
Right, must be.
Do you remember the name of the nun who was teaching you in third grade? Or what she looked like, or what she was like as a person?
What was her name? Sister Dolorita.
Oh,
I had second and third grade.
okay. Oh, 2 grades in a row.
I had her in second and I had her in third grade.
Okay.
She was a beautiful, beautiful nun.
Was she very understanding when your mom
Oh,
died?
yes, all the nuns were.
They were.
In fact, when we used to go to the guild, they used to call it Father Clark's Hill to eat. That's where the children ate their lunches. And sometimes they used to give us soup because we lost our mother, so they used to give us soup that we could have at the guild.
Okay.
Yeah,
It sounded like some pretty loving community back there.
yeah, we had a lot of beautiful teachers.
Now your father, his first name, is it Michael?
Patrick
Patrick Michael Coyne?
Joseph Coyne.
Patrick Joseph Coyne. Now he, when your mother died, was still a young man, I assume.
Oh, yes.
Maybe in his 30s?
No, he was getting close to 50, I think.
Oh, by that time. Okay.
Because she was 47.
She was 47 when she
So he
died.
was 50.
Okay. Patrick Coyne, then, your father, he chose to keep all the children
Yes, he did.
and raise them
Yes,
himself.
he did.
And from what I understand, my Uncle Pat, your older brother Pat, ended up helping a lot too by working
That's right.
to make sure food got on the table.
He carried milk, delivered milk every morning, very early in the morning. And then he had to go to school all day after doing that.
So he was up very early in the morning, maybe at 4.
Yeah, probably at 4 o'clock in the morning.
And in those days, did he deliver milk with a horse and cart?
No,
It was a motor
Truck.
vehicle? Oh, truck.
truck.
Okay. All right. And your oldest sibling, your oldest sister, what is her name?
Catherine.
Aunt Catherine.
Catherine.
And how did she help when Mom died?
Well, she had to do all the work. She had to do the laundry. And
Okay. And now, see, when
we
Isaac
used to
thinks of...
send that laundry out, but I
Oh.
don't know.
Now, Isaac, when he thinks of laundry, he thinks of an electric dryer and washer, and back then you did it differently, right?
That's right. Used to do it in the tub and no hot water.
So what's that mean? You literally just scrubbed the clothes till they were clean?
They used to have a washing board. It used to be all uneven. They used to scrub the clothes on the washing board.
Ah.
Yeah.
And Aunt Catherine would do that
Have to hang them on the line.
outside.
Yeah.
What about the winter?
Well, you still had to hang them out, but it was cold.
They still
Then
dried.
in the later years, we got a laundry man. And the
Okay.
laundry man used to come and do all the clothes.
Okay.
They used to come back all done up.
Now, do I understand that you had basically 6 kids and a dad in one house after Grandma died, and Aunt Catherine helped with a lot of the house chores, Uncle Pat helped bringing money in through delivering milk. Who took care of all the kids?
We took care of ourselves.
Okay.
You had a shift for yourself.
Okay. So as far as getting dressed in the morning and helping some of the kids calm down, I'm sure my dad, Frank, was just like any 6-year-old boy, a lot of energy.
Yeah, that's right.
And so I assume Aunt Catherine and Uncle Pat helped him sometimes calm down.
I'm sure they helped a lot,
Helped with his schoolwork maybe sometimes.
probably. Yeah. My father used to help us a lot with schoolwork.
Oh,
My father
okay.
did that.
Would he do that around the table, the dining room table?
Yeah, around the dining room table.
Now, one tradition we hope Emily and I to do with Isaac is to have at least one meal a day together as a family.
Right.
Probably supper.
Yeah, right. Supper would be a good time.
What did you guys do as a family? Did you eat together?
We always ate together. Yep. When anyone was out playing, they came home in time for supper.
And
We all ate at the same time.
is that right? Who cooked the meal?
Well, my father cooked a lot, and Catherine, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah, my father had a cook, and
okay.
as we got older, when I went out working, I worked at Cornell Dubilier, and I used to have to make the supper every night when I came home. When I came home from work.
And you were probably, what, a teenager then?
Yep,
18, 19?
19.
19.
I remember Gert, you peel the potatoes. Come home from work and peel it. I gotta go home and peel the potatoes.
I was gonna go peel potatoes.
I always had to peel potatoes.
That's right, you were the newest. Well, was Aunt Catherine married by the time you married?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So she married Uncle Fitzy
Right.
first. How many years before you guys got married?
Well, Michael was born
42.
years ago, I guess. 40?
Michael was born in 42.
Must be 41.
Okay.
Andrew must have got married in 41.
Okay.
He got married in 42.
So if Aunt Catherine moved out, and then the next year Uncle Pat moved out, that
Yeah,
left...
well, Pat was in the service already.
Oh, he was?
He was in the
Okay.
Navy already.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in the Navy when he got
All
married.
right.
Yeah.
So that left only 4 children to take care of themselves at the house, plus Grandpa Coyne, your
Yeah.
dad.
And then Helen got married, but Helen stayed.
Helen stayed.
After Helen was married, she stayed home.
Oh. So Aunt Helen and Uncle Joe moved in the house?
Yeah.
Right, yes.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Gert, you and Teddy got married next. Did you stay home for
I
that?
stayed for about 6 months
Yeah,
until we
I
got a
thought-
place.
Yeah, and Teddy was in the service.
Well, he was out of the service.
He was out of the service. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh.
He was out of the service.
Teddy was out of the service
Okay.
when I married him.
Okay. What was your wedding like? Did you also get married at the same church?
I got married at St. James Church. I got married in 1947. Now, you got married in 1942.
42, so 5 years.
5 years after.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was single, Mildred and Pat lived in Newport, Rhode Island, and my girlfriend and I used to go out to visit them. And then we used to go out into the Newport and we used to go roller skating.
Do you remember that, Aunt Millie?
She was
I was
home.
too busy
She
being
was home.
married.
We married.
Now, Aunt Millie, in those times, this is way before Isaac's dad was born,
Yes.
men and women had what we call now traditional roles. And a lot of the women worked at home and the men worked outside the home. What did you guys do, you and Uncle Pat? Did you both work outside the home?
When I first got married, Pat was in the service down in Newport. And during the war, I worked at the Newport torpedo station down in Newport. I worked on the automatic screw machine.
Actually, that was common for women to help during the war.
Yeah,
During the war. The
yes.
war started bringing out.
But
Okay.
in the meantime, we were still, I don't know if my mother was with us or if we were with another.
Was she
Okay.
with you in Newport?
Yes, she was with
I
us in
remember her
Newport.
being with you in Connecticut.
Yeah,
I remember Newport being with you.
Okay.
and it was funny, we applied for housing down in Newport, the Navy housing. And Pat was in the Navy, but he couldn't get it because, but I got it through my work at the torpedo station. I got the-
That's
got the
interesting.
apartment down there.
So as a civil servant, you
Yeah,
got the
right,
housing, and he
yeah.
was a sailor, and he didn't get it.
Right. Well, the Navy, they were all going out to sea
Transfer,
anyway.
yeah.
Okay. Did Uncle Pat have to go out to sea?
Oh, yes, yeah, he was out in the Pacific.
What was his, I'm not sure what
He
the
was a
term
machinist
is,
mate.
machinist mate.
Yeah.
So does that mean he worked on the machines on a ship?
He worked down in the boiler room.
Ooh, that's the deepest level, isn't it, of the ship?
Yeah, right, yeah.
And
Yeah.
where did his ship go?
He was out in the Pacific. From Newport, he went to New Jersey where the ship was being built. He was there for the final building of it. And from New Jersey, they sailed all around. They went through the
Panama Canal? Okay.
Yeah, out in the Pacific. And he was out in all the big areas out in the Pacific.
Do you remember what kind of ship he was
He
on?
was on a communication ship,
Oh,
USS Rocky Mountain.
okay.
Very high personnel on there.
Oh, so he probably heard a lot about the war through
Oh,
the...
yeah, he was right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I got to tell you a story about the admiral. There was an admiral on the ship, and the admiral died. And so they don't bury admirals out at sea.
Okay.
So they put him down in the refrigerator.
Oh, no.
So Pat and some of his friends, he's a Coyne, you know.
Yes.
Does crazy things. They would go down in the refrigerator and stick some cards in the admiral's hand, and then play cards with the dead admiral. and they'd be cursing at him, play that card. That was a story.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
His
And
story.
they sent the radio station interview, now what would they call that?
Oh, they made a record?
Yeah, they
Recording
went out
when
and
he was out in the
interviewed.
Pacific?
Yeah, they made a record,
Yeah.
and they sent the record to the local radio station, and they played it over the airwaves.
Oh.
So, we were all excited about that. I called Grandpa Coyne, he went right up to the station and got the, it's a big record. And they said it wouldn't be any good, we wouldn't be able to play it, but we did.
Yeah.
And we played it over and over.
Oh,
and
so
over.
you could hear Pat's voice?
Yep.
Yes,
Well,
yeah.
Oh, what a wonderful
So
gift.
there, one of the questions they asked me is, what do you do for recreation? He says, well, they take them on shore somewhere and they play ball and drink beer.
Play cards
He
with the
says, what
animal.
else? And he says, well, what else do you? He says, well, we're too busy drinking beer, we don't have much time to play ball. That was on the
That was
interview.
so cute.
That's
That
the
was,
point.
yeah, that was so
Yeah.
nice.
That was all during
That was
the war.
thrilling because he was out in the Pacific
Yeah,
fighting a war.
yeah.
Now,
That was really something.
in World War II, if I understand correctly, a lot of communities, like New Bedford and other small towns, allowed a lot of the men from their town to go together. Did that happen? Was
Not
Pat
that I
with,
know.
no? Oh,
No, because your father could tell a story about going on Pat's ship, and they crossed, and Pat didn't even recognize your father. Your father
walking
took
on the
out-
same ship,
Well,
yeah,
your father knew where Pat's ship was.
Okay.
Pat didn't know it.
okay.
Oh, your father can tell that story good.
And did he kick him in the butt? That's what I heard.
Well, they yelled at him, yelled at one another, something, and oh boy.
That was something.
So then your father missed his ship. In the meantime, Frank's ship moves out, and he's on Pat's ship. So they got the mail boat to go in and out, all these other little boats to try and find Frank's ship.
I didn't know
Some
that.
reunion.
It runs in
You
our
heard-
genes, Steve.
You heard about that
No,
story?
I did not hear about
Oh,
that.
oh, you got
That's
it.
a good
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
That is-
Cat walked right by him.
And didn't notice him, because he looked like another sailor, I
Just another
assume.
say, you dress them up, they all look alike. Yeah, so that's a good story for your father to tell. For your grandfather, Isaac.
Thank you.
Yeah,
This is for Isaac.
your grandfather.
Yeah.
This
Now,
is
can you-
Isaac's great-grandfather.
Yes. Can you tell me more about Patrick Joseph Coyne? What kind of jobs did he have through the years? Do you remember some of the jobs?
Well, through the younger years, he worked in mills. and-
Where?
In mills.
Cotton mill.
Cotton mills. And then in the later years, he worked as a paymaster in the New Bedford, City of New Bedford Municipal Building, as a paymaster.
Okay. Now, what does a person do in the mills? Isaac may not know what a mill is.
Well,
Do they make clothing or
make
yarn?
material.
Yarn.
Okay.
Yarn or material.
Okay.
Yarn.
Then they'd ship it to other mills, I guess.
Okay.
And then they'd make the clothing out of it.
Okay.
They used to make a lot of curtain material too.
Was that a place where a lot of people from New Bedford worked in the mills?
A lot, yeah,
Definitely.
that's where they all worked,
Oh,
in the mills.
okay. What exactly did Patrick Joseph Coyne do in the mill? Do you know what his job was?
Yeah. Is he a quiller? But I don't know what a quiller does.
Never heard of that.
Remember he had a ring? Remember his ring with the Q on it? Remember that? He had a ring with a Q on it.
Oh, he had a ring with a Q on it.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
a quiller, but I don't know what quillers do.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was too little
Sure, of course.
to remember that.
Well, tell me a little bit about your dad's personality. You talked a little bit about his value of family. He didn't want the family to be split up. He wanted to raise the kids himself.
Yes,
He worked
did.
very hard all his life.
Very hard. For his family.
I assume also he was very dedicated to the church.
Yes, very dedicated to the church.
So he went to Mass how often? At least once a week or every day?
Once a week, every week.
Every week.
And he'd bring the children with him.
Okay,
Till we got older, then we went by ourselves.
okay. And what kind of a disciplinarian was he? Every parent has to do discipline, and
Well,
some
yes.
people do it differently. How did he do discipline?
He just raised his voice And that's all he had to do, and we knew. We knew how to behave when he raised his voice. He was strict. Thank you very much.
I can imagine he had to be with 6 children under his feet.
He had to be with 6 of them,
Yeah.
because he was really, didn't want anyone to go bad.
I gotta tell you,
Uh-huh.
Pat was running away from home once. He was only a young boy who's couldn't run away from home.
Of course.
So he got up early in the morning, got all ready to go. 5 o'clock in the morning, he's sneaking out of the house, and there's his father waiting for him. His father was sat there waiting for him.
He knew.
One step
I
ahead.
don't know why, how or
Yeah,
what,
huh?
but he knew. So he sat down and he talked to him, and that's when I think Pat wanted to join the Navy, and your father didn't want him to join the Navy.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
But he talked to him and joined the Naval Reserves after that.
With Grandpa's blessing, with his dad's
Yeah,
blessing.
Yeah,
Funny how we knew it.
yeah, he said that.
Would he have been about 16, 17 years old or 18?
Yeah, he must have been about 16
he
or
must have been
17 years
16,
old, yeah.
Okay.
He had to be that age.
And compared to his friends his age, what size was he? Was he a big man?
No,
Or?
no, no. Pat was very, very thin. In
Okay.
fact, he was in the Naval Reserve, but when they were called out for the war,
That's all right.
he was rejected because he was underweight.
Oh.
Morning.
So he had been working in the mill and
Okay.
And we went in,
I don't know if this
he
was-
went away to the CCC camp, remember?
well, that was before I knew her.
Oh, that was before you knew him.
Before I knew her.
What's CCC camp?
Well, they used to have that during the war. You know, there wasn't much money around
Oh.
in those years, so they would have the boys go up to this CCC. I can't remember what it stands for. But they had a lot of young boys go into it, and they'd pay them and give them money for it.
He went
Oh.
up to North Adams and they did a lot of work clearing land or something, didn't
I
they?
think so. They used to do work like that. I don't know what it is, CC. What is it?
So Uncle Pat was small. I understand my dad, Frank, Isaac's grandfather,
Yeah.
was also tiny,
Yes,
90
yes.
pounds.
Yes,
And they
yeah,
almost didn't let him in.
yeah.
Was that a trait of all the Coyne boys? Was Uncle
Not
John small
John.
too?
People were
I don't
tiny.
think Uncle John.
Most people were tiny at that time
Huh.
because
Poor dog, 'cause we didn't
I
have
guess
that
we didn't
much.
have much food to eat.
Not much milk, maybe, or
We had always
Oh,
had
we
a lot
had
of
plenty
milk.
of milk because,
There were milk.
Pat worked at the dairy, and that was part of his
Oh.
pay.
free milk?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, good morning. Never
Never.
conflicts or anything.
Now you said you were Protestant,
I was Protestant and English.
and was that unusual for an Irish Catholic to marry in those days?
Don't you know the conflict between the Irish and the English?
Still going on.
Still going on,
Yep.
but that was never a problem for Pat and I. Never, never, never. From either side of the family.
So he respected love, and it didn't matter.
No, as long as we got along.
That's
it.
great.
Yeah.
And you said that he never gambled.
Oh, I would say never. did.
Well, didn't usually.
No,
No,
we don't know that.
We don't know.
they don't gamble like we gamble today.
Now I
But
understand.
if he was here today, I think he would like.
He probably
He
like to
would
go
like
himself.
Hey?
Probably would
Casinos.
like to
He
go and
likes
see it.
Casinos and all.
Now, Grandpa Coyne, your father, Aunt Gert,
Yeah.
did he drink liquor?
No,
Why not?
never.
You drank
Well-
drank a teaspoon one time, didn't you? Just before he died.
I don't know, he just didn't
And
like
somebody tried to
the
give it to him,
reactions of
but he
people
feel
who
not so
drank
bad.
liquor.
He was sick.
What, Aunt
He
Gert?
just didn't like the reactions of people who drank liquor.
So he just didn't
So
drink.
He didn't drink.
Now, I understand that someone in his family, maybe his mother-in-law, used to drink. Not his mother-in-law, his
Brothers.
stepmother.
Stepmother probably, but I don't know too much about it.
Okay. And maybe his brothers,
That
too.
was way before my time.
Okay.
Brothers? Oh, maybe a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
I never saw him.
I don't mean Uncle John, Uncle John.
No, you mean,
The ones that,
you mean Uncle Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know
Never
that
heard
much
of
about it.
Never heard of Uncle John.
Uncle Jimmy, huh? The closet relative.
Yeah.
But we don't know. We never lived. He used to drink like here. He'd have a couple of drinks, but
Grandpa
never
Coyne?
lived with him, so we
Oh,
don't
oh.
know. You know,
Uncle Jimmy?
yeah.
Okay.
We don't know if he did that up there or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what kind of things did he like to do for fun then?
Play cards.
Grandpa Coyne, your father.
Play cards.
He used to play cards. He used to
The
go
Knights
to
of
the Knights.
Columbus.
Right.
Knights of Columbus.
Right.
Ah.
He used to go to the Knights of Columbus, and he used to play cards with his buddies, and he went up there a few times a week, and that's what he enjoyed. And he used to enjoy going walking
Uh-huh.
with his friend Larry Foy was his friend,
Oh.
and he used to go walking with him every night.
Every night.
Every night he went walking with Larry Foy.
He must have been a very
About an
special
hour.
friend.
He was very special because he didn't have any children, and he used to walk with my father, and my father used to talk about his children. But he was a good friend of my father's. Came for him every night to go for a walk.
That's wonderful. And while your father was out for that hour walking with his friend, the kids took care of themselves.
Oh, we were getting bigger. By then we were
Oh,
bigger.
okay. Now, I'm assuming you didn't have a TV in your house.
They didn't have TVs then.
That came out in the 50s. So what did you guys do? Did you have a radio?
Radio. To the radio and listen to the radio. Used to have stories on the radio, and you listen to the stories.
Was the radio located in the living room?
I guess so.
Where was your radio? The whole family could sit around it? Yeah? Yeah.
Must have been in the living room, right?
Uh-huh. Huh.
Radios was something to be excited about in those years.
Yes. You heard a lot of news about the war, I assume, through the radio.
On the radio. Right. The movies.
Now, we haven't talked at all about your brother John. Was he the fourth? No, he was the third child. Catherine, Pat,
Helen and John.
oh, Helen, then John. Okay, well, let's talk about Aunt Helen then. Do you remember what year she graduated from high school?
1938.
4 years before you. Okay. So she was an older sister to you. Was in a lot of ways, did she help out too around the house because of
yes.
your mom dying?
Yes, she did. She did a lot of work around the house, taking care of kids. Yeah.
And do you remember when she got married to Uncle Joe?
I was a bridesmaid.
Oh, what year would that have been?
Nancy was born in twice. Did she get married during the war? Joe was in the service and the war was over in 45.
Doing what he was in uniform. 43 or 44, yeah.
Okay. And she married Joe Connor,
Right?
who, he was in the military?
Yep.
Was he in the Army?
Yeah.
What was his position, or rank, or whatever you call it? Did he have to go to Europe?
No, we went to.
He went, was it Seattle or Oregon? And Helen went out there. Helen went out there to visit, didn't she? Out to-
I don't know too much about
Oh, okay. Okay.
I knew he was out in Washington.
Yeah, state of Washington.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's the state of Washington.
okay. Okay.
Maybe the war was over before the ship. I don't remember him going overseas.
Yes, he was. He went to Hawaii. He was in Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii.
See?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he sent me some shoes and I still have them.
Oh, yeah.
This would have been after Pearl Harbor?
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
The war started after Pearl
Yeah.
Harbor. Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's see. Then there's Uncle John.
Uncle John, he went in the Navy.
Do you remember when he graduated from high school?
He graduated in 39.
1939. Oh, just a year after his...
I always graduated with someone. I graduated from my grammar school with Aunt Helen. She graduated in 38. I graduated from my high school with Uncle John. He graduated in 39. And when I graduated from high school in 42, he was graduating from college. So I wanted to get married. So I says, I'm not getting married in June because he's graduating in June. I want to do this alone.
You want your special
I
day.
want my special day, so I got married in April
Good for you.
instead of June.
And you married Uncle Ted.
Right.
And, pardon? Ted?
Uncle Ted Thumba.
Ted Thumber. And do I understand Uncle Ted was a fireman?
Right. He was a fireman.
And did he retire as a fireman?
He retired as a fireman
In New Bedford.
in New Bedford.
I also remember one thing about him in that he loved to boat.
He loved his boats. He loved to go fishing. Loved to go fishing.
Would he clean his own fish or would you clean them?
No, I wouldn't clean him. I don't know what he did with his fish.
So he had to bring home the fish steaks.
But I wouldn't clean him.
Would you eat them?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Okay.
But he didn't bring him home. Yeah, he used to cook.
He
them.
cooked, yeah.
I remember him bringing too much. I remember him bringing a great big fish home. I don't remember eating.
He was at the fire station.
Probably that's what he did. And he used to cook at the fire
Yeah.
station.
Now, Uncle Pat, wasn't he in the Coast Guard for a number of years, or was that a voluntary thing, or?
Yeah, when he came home from the service. Well, before the war, as I said, Uncle Pat was going to run away, but he joined the Naval Reserves. He was
Oh,
rejected in the reserves
because of his weight.
because he was underweight.
Okay.
He got a waiver, like for 6 months to
Oh.
build up. And then he went into the regular Navy, went away to the war. And after the war, he came home, and instead of joining the Naval Reserve, he joined the Coast Guard Reserve.
Okay.
He retired from the Coast Guard, actually.
I'm assuming he loves the ocean.
He liked the service.
Okay.
Liked the service.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we all like the water because we live by the water.
Yeah, right.
All our lives.
But he did like the service.
Yeah.
Would he like to fish too?
He never took that much time out
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
recreation. He was a worker.
When I remember as a child coming to visit you guys in New Bedford, and I think of Uncle Pat, I always remember him being a really fun guy to just hang out with.
Yeah.
He's like a family guy. He always took time to say hello to each of us.
Yeah.
He treated us like
Yeah.
human beings,
Yeah.
even though we were little kids.
Yeah.
And we'd sit on his lap and
Yeah.
he'd talk to us. I remember your place very well. It was like a flat, maybe a 3-flat or
Yeah, three.
What they
flat?
call a tenement house.
Okay.
3 tenement.
Yeah.
We live on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still there.
Still there.
Yeah. Still
Oh,
there.
I have good memories of that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Uncle Pat.
yeah.
What did he like to do for fun? Drink beer, I hear.
Drink beer.
Play cards.
And we used to go out dancing quite a
Dancing,
lot.
yeah, we did.
Yeah. We used to go out dancing with them.
You went out dancing.
Yeah.
Now, is that acceptable in family circles here to
yes,
go
oh,
dancing?
certainly.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, that was the great pastime.
Okay.
Saturday nights, go down to Washington Club, have a few beers, and dance away.
What kind of dancing? Were there names for it?
Mostly like the foxtrot, togetherness.
Uh-huh.
More togetherness dancing,
Okay.
like waltzing and
Oh. Now, was he a born dancer or did he have to get
loved
lessons?
dance. No. We just did our thing. He used to love to dance.
That intimidates me. I don't know how to dance.
Yeah.
But he just knew how to do it
Oh,
without
yes,
lessons.
Yeah. Yep.
We're gonna take the boys down to the water.
Even when we were single, everybody went dancing. That was their pastime.
Mm.
I remember one time I was working at the torpedo station. We used to work around the clock. And who was it? Guy Lombardo? Guy Lombardo came to a local Lincoln Park. And he wanted me to take the day off, the night off from work. And I said, well, I wouldn't do that. So he took Gert. And he went dancing to
Dancing at Lincoln Park.
You went out with...
Guy Lombardo.
Guy
I had
Lombardo, and he never let me live that down.
and I had a date with my
I
brother.
wanted to go dancing with him.
We wanted
I'm
to go-
proud of
we went
you.
to Lincoln Park and we danced, and then We said, well, this isn't that great music. It's not that great.
He said that.
Both of us. We said, "It's not that great. So we
Oh,
left.
he never said that. He always kidded me.
left
Yeah, I
to
had
go
to take
home.
my sister because you didn't want to go. And
Yeah, he was trying to rope
you
you in.
wouldn't take the time off. You wouldn't take the time off to go dance with me. I had to take my sister. And now it's out.
Now the truth comes out.
Yeah, he always told me what a good time I missed. Now you're telling me that you both said it wasn't that great.
Bottle. I didn't really care for the Garland bottle. It
Wow.
was too slow.
Did you know anything about Gallimano?
Who?
Does Gallimano mean anything to you?
Tell me.
It was a famous orchestra.
Okay.
And every New Year's at midnight, he always played Old Lang Syne.
Yeah.
He always played the New Year's music. They always had dancing. And at midnight, he was the New Year's band.
And with that, he was in the band?
Who?
Yeah, Uncle Pat?
No.
Gallimano.
This came over on the radio
Okay.
or TV.
All right.
Yeah.
It was the traditional
Garland
New
bottle.
Year's.
Was part of that a memory, a memorial for those in the war and the time
Old
of...
Lang Syne has always been. I think it's English.
Oh,
It's in
okay.
English. Old Lang Syne was always.
Okay.
All the
Okay.
old welcome in the new.
Can I switch gears and ask a couple questions about traditions in the Coyne family growing up? Everyone has holidays. What was a big to-do in the Coyne house? Was Christmas a big holiday?
That was a big holiday. Christmas was a very big holiday.
What'd you do?
Well, we exchanged gifts. And, you know, your father and I used to get up early, 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, get our stockings and dump them on the bed and
Before anyone else woke up?
before anyone else woke up.
You were the two youngest.
What would be in the stocking, Gert? We didn't have much in those days.
No, we had apple orange, what, toothbrush maybe, if we were lucky.
Yeah.
And a
Oh.
couple of pieces of ribbon candy. Used to be in
Oh.
the stockings, right?
Yeah.
And
But-
then some of them got coal in their stocking too. The
They
bigger
were
ones.
bad.
They got
They
cold.
didn't believe in Santa Claus, they got coal in their stocking.
And Isaac's gonna say, what's coal?
Yeah, Isaac doesn't know what coal
Isaac's
is.
gonna say, what's coal?
Now, if you
Because
talk about
my grandchildren
plutonium,
say the same thing now, what's coal?
Yeah.
Coal is, it's like rocks, stones, but they're black. We used to burn them for heat.
Yep.
All of us
That's
organic
interesting.
materials on Earth turn into coal eventually, don't we?
Yep, that's what we turn into.
Yeah, we're burning up our ancestors.
Yes, we are.
Now I'm
That's
wondering,
life.
at Christmas, did you have a Christmas tree?
Oh, yes, we had a Christmas tree, and then we had the turkey and all the fixings. And,
Who would decorate the Christmas tree?
I guess we did, all the kids.
And did Grandpa Coyne, your father, help?
I guess he used to help. Yeah,
Was there a place in the house you stored all of the Christmas ornaments?
I guess so. Must have stored them in the closet,
Yeah.
some closet.
And then you got to put them up when? 2 weeks before Christmas?
About 2 weeks before Christmas, put 'em up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then would you go to a Christmas mass?
Oh, yes, we'd go to midnight mass.
Midnight
It was
mass.
a midnight mass.
Okay. In the Catholic tradition, is the midnight mass, I guess Christmas Day, the most celebrated service of all the other calendar services?
Side of Easter.
Maybe Easter's bigger?
About the same, I guess.
About the same?
I think Christmas was because it was for children.
Oh.
We liked it more.
And you could probably taste the magic in the air
Yeah.
with all the kids anticipating the gifts, Santa Claus.
Yeah. I remember the first time that we weren't married then, and Pat and I just started going out, and he took me to midnight mass. I was a Catholic now, and the mass was crowded. They were stood at the back. And the last thing Pat says to me before we went into the church, "This is the mass where all the drunks go." So we get in the church, and all of a sudden, Pat had a great big burp. I said, "They're gonna think you're one of the drunks." First time I went to mass with him. Oh, gee. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, it was a memory.
Now, in those days, this would have been like the 40s,
Yeah.
was the Mass in the Catholic Church done in Latin or English?
Latin.
Latin. So did you all learn Latin?
No, had our prayer books, and
Oh.
we used to go by our prayer book, I guess.
Okay. You just knew when to do and say what.
Excuse me,
Okay.
but you know what was said
And Latin?
in Latin?
No,
No, we didn't know what was said, but
But you said it with meaning. Yeah.
but, Mea Culpa, that one, right?
know what does that mean?
Oh, bless your heart.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Mea culpa.
Mea culpa, mea maximum culpa.
Wow.
That's bless your heart.
Wow.
I can say it's bless your heart, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Hopefully you're not saying anything insulting. No. I'm sure that's
It's
enough.
all, no, it's all,
It's all in
refers to
English now.
English, though.
Uh-huh.
It's all in
What do you
English.
say that?
In the name of the
What
Father.
is it,
Do you remember the?
Say it
Can
again.
you genuflect in Latin?
I
Name of the
can
Father and the Son,
genuflect in
Holy
Latin, but I
Spirit.
can't genuflect in Portuguese.
Oh.
Genuflect is when you've been down.
Oh,
This is blessing yourself.
blessing the cross.
Father,
Okay.
Son, Holy Spirit.
What's the?
That's blessing.
Can you say it
The
in?
genuflecting is when you've been down.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Now, Isaac's going to have to learn from you guys
I'm the
about this.
convert.
When Isaac gets older, he's not gonna wanna sit and watch TV about his aunts and uncles, believe me. Our own children don't wanna watch them when they were little. They won't take the time to watch it.
Yeah, but now look at
Dan. Yeah.
Dan and,
Yeah, Dan does.
Oh, yeah.
well, when
Yeah, he watched the
Isaac,
old
maybe when
TV.
Isaac's that
Maybe be
age.
like
Yeah.
his dad, maybe.
and
Maybe
I-
Isaac will be sitting there with the camera and I'll be in your chair.
Yeah,
Right.
Uh-huh.
right, well, maybe he will. That'll be good.
What about birthdays at the Coyne house? You had 6 kids and Dad raising everyone, so there were 7 birthdays. How did you celebrate birthdays?
Oh,
Did
with
you have
the
a tradition?
birthday cake.
Yeah?
Always had the birthday cake and the candles on the cake and sing happy birthday and ice cream and soda and
Now, was this in the morning, in the afternoon, or dinner?
Dinner,
Dinner.
dinner time.
And did the birthday person get gifts?
I guess they did. Usually they did.
What's the first birthday you can remember? Your own birthday?
My own birthday?
Any birthday parties or?
I don't remember having any, but I guess I
Okay.
did.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this has been very helpful. And I want to thank you both. And if it's all right, I'll be calling you up to do some more this week.
Okay,
I don't want to burn you out.
I hope you're gonna send us a copy.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to
I'd
see
like to
it.
see it.
Oh, yes. See, it's...
Oh, you had an idea. Frank?
Someone's having a good time.
He's enjoying it.
Yes, sir. All in the planning.
Sit down!
Can I yell
Oh,
for
she
Noreen?
is. Yeah, sure.
Noreen, do you want to sound?
Interview for a second? What's it like to babysit for 20 kids?
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. You can't get enough duck calls.
Are you familiar with the suffering servant role?
No, nighttime.
Your face.
You want everybody?
Mike.
You want purrs?
John, he has to sit.
You want purrs?
Oh, we will.
Not
You
now.
better hurry up, that doesn't happen.
Can you put Nora down again? Oh, come on, Mamo. We don't need you. Dad, step out of the way. She's gonna. That's okay. She won't let me. Mikey's not in the picture. Oh, Mikey's not in the picture?
Mikey out.
Oh, no. Oh, no, we're not.
You gotta hurry up, that won't last.
Here, sit down there. You don't know. Go ahead, guys. Do it.
Okay, come on, sit down, hurry
Well, I don't think
kids stay where we are. Now we need all the parents, grandparents, everybody in the same spot. Everybody up here.
Everybody up there. Uncle Frank and Dad, and go.
This is entertaining.
All right, smile, Mom.
Okay, everybody say asparagus.
Oh, yeah. Uncle, where are they?
They're sleeping.
Oh, they're sleeping.
I think this is it.
Never mind.
As you guys know, we're here at Cape Cod at Woods Hole, Massachusetts. And Isaac is my newest first son, and he's going to be watching this video and wondering who's who lives in Massachusetts, and who are you?
Well, Isaac, I'm your dad's cousin Eileen, and it's nice to meet you. You're a real cutie. I met you when you were 8 months old, or maybe a little younger, 5 months. 8 months is my little new niece, Jacqueline,
easy to get 'em
which
mixed
maybe
up.
someday you'll meet.
Oh,
And I live in Massachusetts, also down by the water, and it's been real pleasure meeting everyone again.
Eileen, what kind of work do you do?
I work in a hospital and I take care of cardiac patients, people's hearts.
Oh, that's a real special job.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun. Very interesting.
And when were you born?
I was born October 7th, 1957, in the city that I work in the same hospital that I work in, St. Luke's.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my dad, or rather Isaac's dad, told him one day that cousin Eileen worked at a church with youth.
Oh, yes.
What church is that?
My church is St. James Church, and that's a new project I'm involved in, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Thank you so much, cousin
welcome.
Eileen.
Nice to see you.
Okay. And who's your mom?
My mom is Helen Connor, used to be Helen Coyne.
Oh, where is she?
She's over here to my right.
Oh, Aunt Helen. So, Aunt Helen, would you be Isaac's great Aunt Helen?
I certainly would. One of his great aunts.
And where do you live?
I live in New Bedford, too.
And when were you born?
Well, I was born a long, long time ago. In the year 1920. 10/20/20.
Wow. Well, now, Aunt Helen, how many children did you have?
I have 3 children. Kathy, Eileen, and John.
Oh, what are their ages?
Well,
Or birthdays or whatever? How?
their birthdays are in October. Put me on the
Oh, no, that's okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let's see, and you married Uncle Joe?
I did. Joe Connor.
I remember Uncle Joe very well. I have the best memories. He was he was my tallest uncle
Yes, he was.
on both sides, tallest
Yeah.
uncle.
Yes, sir.
And every time I went to his house, he always grabbed me and held me in his arms.
Yeah.
A very warm man, very warm. Did you two marry in New Bedford?
Yes, we did. We married during the war.
World War II?
World War II.
Was he in the
a
army?
soldier. Yes, he was. He was
Wow.
in uniform when we got married.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. What year did you marry?
In 1943. We were married for 49 years.
Congratulations, Aunt Helen. How many years?
49.
That's Wonderful.
Hoping to make 50, but we didn't
Sure.
make it.
In heaven you will.
Perhaps, I hope so.
Aunt Helen, did you guys marry at St. James Church or another church?
Did
Oh.
St. James Church, where my children were christened.
And that's the same church where your daughter Eileen is now a youth leader. Is that the same?
It is the same church where your dad was baptized.
As a baby?
Uh-huh,
So that would be Isaac's grandpa Coyne.
right?
Used to be a baby?
Imagine that.
And he was baptized at St. James Church.
Uh-huh.
Wow. So does that mean that Isaac's grandpa Coyne is your brother?
It certainly does. He's my baby brother.
So do you remember changing his diapers?
Not really.
No. Because you're much older than, well, no, well,
I was 6 years older.
you were 6 when he was born. And then the order of children, you're not the oldest, are you, Aunt Helen?
The oldest one living now.
Okay. Was Aunt Catherine the oldest?
Aunt Catherine was the oldest, then Uncle Pat,
Pat,
myself,
self.
Uncle John, Aunt Gert, and your dad.
I'll say Grandpa Coyne is the youngest of 6 children. And your mother and father, was it Joseph Michael or Michael Joseph?
My father was Patrick Joseph.
Oh, I'm sorry, my names are terrible.
Patrick Joseph.
Patrick Joseph Coyne.
Right.
And I understand he married a Daly girl.
Julian Louise Daly.
And from the pictures that we've shown Isaac, she's very pretty.
She certainly was.
Very pretty. That's cool. That's cool.
Right?
Would it be all right to ask about Christmas with little Frank Coyne? Did he ever run down to a Christmas tree as a boy in your house and look for gifts or stockings or?
Oh, I guess we all did that. And I think children are still doing that. Okay.
Oh, is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Aunt Helen.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You're scary.
Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll take a night. Good morning, kitty. Hi, here. Doing a tour of the house. This is the woman of the house, totally in charge of everything. Only one knows what's going on. That was Laura.
That was that primal scream for today, for the hour. There's a wet chain on the door. Maybe one of the bags is actually holding all together.
After a while, I found myself. Disappeared into a
Let me show you my situation.
There was nothing on the outside of the building. Two glass firefighters on either side of the entrance. I opened the door. And in the hall was the neon sign.
We have
The doghouse.
two things. This is almost full ceiling, and this is almost full. That's what we have left over. And
The moment I opened the door, two mean-looking bulldogs appeared and said,
Is that
"You can't come in here."
Well, I think we.
I didn't know what to say, but I
It's
said,
less than you
but I saw my dog. I mean,
You must be the man of the house.
Well, hello, Dan,
My
yes.
dog walked up.
Thank you for the use of your house.
Okay, boy.
You're very welcome, and thank you for coming.
The bulldog said,
Very much
"Shut up, boss.
appreciated.
What did you say, boss?"
Oh.
Yes, they are mean dogs. For a minute, it seemed like forever. I waited. Then my dog said, "I knew you'd find out eventually. Well, now you know. This is my place." I looked around. Finally, I asked, "What is this place?" And my dog said, "This is the place where dogs come after a hard day. It's a place where we can relax. It's a place where we can talk about our problems with the mailman or with the poodle next door."
Put these in the recycle bin.
See all the sofas? We can sit on the sofas here. We can get treats without having to lie down, roll over, or play dead. If we want to chew on a shoe or chase our tail, no one will stop us. We have no masters here, no leashes, and no rolled up newspapers. This is the place where dogs can be dogs. Little by little, dogs of all kinds started coming in. Some did, some talked. They all looked at me a little funny, but when they saw who I was with, they smiled and shook my hand. At one point, my dog waved to an Afghan with a camera. He came over to our table and took a picture of us together. Being with my dog made me feel like a movie star.
Couple bags in the car, and I brought stuff in. Well, I mean, that could be, that